your experience like in the army? Your first maybe few years or few months?
Before you ask that, so did you start the army in Georgia or here?
I was in a reserve in Georgia, yeah.
So can you tell us the experience, how it was in Georgia? Like, what was the process like, or like when you joined, what happened, like the experiences, and can you like compare with America's?
I would say at that moment, Georgian army had more discipline than here. But we've been raised in I would say, in a more problematic country. You know, we are forced to grow up faster than people are here. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus, you know how parents are raising the kids. Oh, I want to be his friend. And then kid is a complete disaster, always doing wrong things or sitting home and not want to do things, not motivated. And one day, we got a lot in the army like that. I appreciate it. At least they made the decision to do something for themselves, and that's great. But they are so physically weak. We had a guy on a rock march break his hip.
Wait, where are you talking this?
He
Georgia?
broke his hip. No, here.
Oh, here?
So we there were freaking, we were sleeping in the field, you know what I'm saying, on the field trainings and stuff. We were like hugging my AK and just being knocked out there. So
it was like you're saying it was easy for you guys.
we didn't have much supplies. We didn't have much gear in the Georgian army. Just uniform, boots, your rifle. That's it. So, and we were sometimes staying overnight there with almost nothing on us. You know what I'm saying? Here you have everything.
Yeah.
Tents, like sometimes heating generators and everything. You got everything here.
Do you think it's good what Georgia does when you finish school and if you don't go to college, they make you go to the army?
If you're not true, I think it's good for everyone to do that. Even here, I would make it mandatory.
That's what I would. I think people like to say, even in Georgia, they like to say, like, why are they forcing us and stuff? But like at the end of the day, you should be thankful that they're
Absolutely
at least making you do something. At least they value your time when you don't value your time, and you're just like out there playing cards, drinking, and doing a bunch of crazy stuff when you can be doing something that can bring a value.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because let's say like that.
I think to an extent they should do this here too.
Absolutely.
Just so people don't
Did
become
they ever
super
have that?
lazy.
Did they ever have that rule here in America, where you had to? It was a mandatory ever?
Nah, I mean, I think
War times maybe,
American.
like a World War
right.
II.
I think during the World Wars, I think they were like
Vietnam, I
people
believe
had to
that
get
was
like
the-
drafted.
Yeah.
Maybe we can like look this one up too. But it was never even like now it's not like that at all. Like you have more of a free choice than anything else. But I think back then like everyone had either maybe had of some sort of like training or like they were drafted when the World Wars came around.
Yeah.
You looking it up now?
Yeah, I am.
Well, during wars, every country has that, no? Like where it's like now it becomes mandatory
Yeah,
during
I think
wars.
so, yeah.
But I'm saying like before, because in Georgia, even if there's no war, they still have that.
it still should be.
No,
In my opinion,
mandatory,
it still should
I
be.
think it's a good thing. Yeah.
Like at
I
least
used
do
to look at
6
it from a
months,
bad- yeah.
1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like get a little bit. It will teach you some discipline. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it because I still act like a soldier. I still live like a soldier. I'm very disciplined in comparison to many others.
Yeah, I used to be more like I would see a problem in that, saying like, why do they have to be forced? And one of the reasons was because I was like, I would say brainwashed. People would say like, it's such a bad thing when you force a person to go, but then I didn't look at it from a perspective of these people that they're forcing them to go. They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
They're actually helping them, and people see it as a problem. I didn't have the bigger picture.
No, absolutely. Listen, you're going to gain a lot of skills too, a lot of useful skills as a man. Because now these days, a lot of the men are not men; they're just males, and that's a big problem too. You know,
Interesting. Yeah.
so that's how I
Well
say
said,
it
yeah.
always. If you have a freaking junk there, that doesn't mean you are a man. You're just a male. You have to prove yourself to be a man. So, and unfortunately, a lot of them are not.
Was that lacking here in the army when you came?
I would say people did lack a lot of discipline, and I believe it was already becoming soft. Already our generations that were in 2014 basic training already were soft-ish. But I
That was
believe...
probably because of the equipments that you said. They had a lot of
Not
everything.
No, not only that. Let's say like that. There was probably early 2000, something like that. I talked to the sergeant major. He was telling me about the Georgian guys in Iraq and stuff like that when he found out I was from Georgia. And the sergeant major was telling me, man, you cannot even imagine how awesome it was before. We were getting our asses beat if we mess it up and stuff like that in a
And
basic
he said
training.
It was awesome.
Yeah, he was because everyone was disciplined and everyone was like
Taking it serious.
exactly. Now it's I believe
Now
this,
it's for money and for benefits instead of do I actually want to do what I'm doing? Do I actually want to defend the country? Or do I want to go there so I can
it's
get the
here
benefits?
and there, but problem is too, basic training became super soft because now they cannot beat your ass. And some of the bases, I believe, maybe they already canceled that, but there were like a red flag rule or something like that. If a drill sergeant is yelling at you too much, you can like pull off the
Dude, yeah,
red
I heard
flag
that too.
or red card or something like that. Come
As a
on,
complaint,
man.
right?
I never been cursed in my life as much as in a basic training. I had a small, short Hawaiian guy. My drill sergeant. I don't know for some reason he hated my guts. I never gave him a reason for that because I was like, they gave me order. Now my English was here and there. Sometimes I misunderstood stuff, but I always
That's probably why.
Yeah, but when I got it, they always like okay. Other drill sergeants were cool. He, for some reason, it's like,
There's always that type of guy
yeah.
that always just like kind of picks on you no matter what.
But I just disconnected, and
Everywhere,
it's
yeah.
like what they say, I do in it. That's it.
That's how it should
is.
be in the army, especially.
Yeah, because it's they're testing you mentally and physically a lot. That's what it is.
You know what's another thing that I heard the army does now is like they have less what would that word be? Less
So word you're looking for?
they don't like differentiate the people in the, it's like, for example, if somebody's like actually not able to do the things that you're telling them, they're not in physical shape, like I think they should have the right to like literally tell them to get out, like kick them out, not like that, get out, but
No, I
you're not
understand.
fit, you're
It's
not
been
fit to
there.
be here, so you have to leave. But I don't think that's happening now. I think they're just like, we're just gonna make sure that we're gonna make this environment for everybody, instead of making the environment for just what people should do for the army. You know, I've heard that from my friend.
Yeah.
There was people, they made the training super easy just so everybody can make it. Back then, it wasn't like that. You actually had to be very strong mentally and physically to be in the army. Otherwise, you were not fit to be a warrior.
I mean, I do respect older age guys who's been in the military before, way before, because they went through a crap and they didn't have so much comfort as we had, actually, when you think about it. But now you are pretty much right, I would say. APFT did become harder. I don't know if someone told me they paused it because a lot of soldiers were not passing it, because now it's deadlifts there and the farmer's walk and certain exercise. I was like, oh my God, I wish when I was in, they had that, because I would ace everything. But we had the freaking douchebags. I'm sorry. Tiny freaking skinny guy, right? Freaking guy is like a 5'5", 140 pounds. And he's laughing at me because he's running faster than me. Bro, if I get shot, you ain't taking me. I'm dying there. You are not taking me out from a zone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Where the
like
battle
dragging
is
you out
going.
the
Yeah.
zone.
Because he can't carry you, right?
Yeah, I'm going to die there. So PFT doesn't matter. Me with the slow run, I will carry you on one shoulder and still freaking shoot back them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the difference. It was dumb. Now there was like a certain set class. It's like a deadlift should be this amount of weight. Farmer's carry this. And it made more sense, for a battle testing.